Ladies and gentlemen, I am in a super weird mood today, and my night shift just started at like 4:48 p.m. And I gotta say that everybody, including my official and unofficial partner in weather prevention crime, Cranky Weather Guy, is pretty sure that Hurricane Delta is gonna hit Louisiana, and definitely Louisiana. Cajuns, Matt, everybody be prepared for your second major hurricane hit of 2020. But I just don't like that curve. And there's an old saying called the October surprise, although you can have more than one October surprises. And so, like, at this point, I don't think technically anybody knows where this storm is going to go. Although everyone is sure it's going to be Louisiana, and definitely Louisiana, you need to either be getting out of the way if you're going to be wherever this hurricane makes major landfall. But I would keep Galveston and Houston. Look at that thing curve. It like gets west enough to be south of Houston and Galveston, and then it curves back like a knuckleball or a curveball. But definitely for now, Louisiana, everybody is sure that it is going to hit you. The question is going to be, how strong will it be? And after passing over the Yucatan, a Category 4 Hurricane Delta has now weakened to a Category 1. But it is expected to expand in size and re-intensify. How intense will it get? I would guess anywhere between a Cat 3 and a Cat 5. And so, like, even the GFS has trended the model wester and has it making landfalls just to the east of the Texas-Louisiana border. And so, look, I'm up, I'm awake, I'm grumpy, because October is definitely going to be a foobar month. And look towards the middle of the month to be really crazy. I would guess around the 16th. And then on the 13th, you have Mercury going retrograde. So you have two of our inner planets retrograde to Earth around that time, which will be Mercury and Mars. And so expect, everything after the 13th to just be kind of super duper extra crazy with more arguing and miscommunication and stuff. Hopefully everyone in Cancun and Cozumel stayed safe. Like I said, the land interaction has weakened Hurricane Delta, but it's still a hurricane. And so now we are about 40 to 48 hours away from landfall. And so these are the very important hours for the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, and possibly Texas to see how strong it will be and where it will go. And, there is a chance it may strike around the same place that Hurricane Sally did, which would be really, 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 really bad news for Louisiana. But no matter what, somebody's going to get hit by this. And I got a feeling it's going to be a very big storm. Its wind field will continue to expand. Now, it's still supposed to be fast moving, but some people say that it's going slower than it's supposed to. And so I'll be trying to give you guys updates every 3 to 4 hours as long as I can. Does that sound good? Is it cool? Jack Sillen, who's always chilling and talking about cool weather stuff, is saying Delta's forthcoming intensification and expansion as forecast by the GFS. And so, like I said, the storm is going to increase in size and in strength. Again, how much so, we do not know. But it gets pretty far west and then it curves back. And so Houston, Galveston, I would definitely stay on point. West Louisiana and central Louisiana, I would be paying attention. I would not want to be there at landfall. I have a feeling this storm is going to hit hard and will probably be at least a Category 3 would be my guess. Remember last time it only took like 24 hours to go from tropical storm to Cat 4. And as Stu Ostro points out, the atmospheric conditions conducive to a re-intensification of Delta means, it's going to get stronger once it gets past the land and it's just straight up in the Gulf. The Gulf is almost like a hurricane magnifier or intensifier, And they say that the waters are cold from all the hurricanes and tropical storms that have hit all year. And so that should stop its intensification process as it approaches the coast, even though almost all tropical storms and hurricanes have intensified as they made landfall all year. So, and then as Hello CME points out, where did the nice flux rote coronal mass ejection come from? On the 6th of October, sunspot 12773 was almost on the limb, but the related brightening and dimming were seen well into the disk, despite the streamer-like feature in LASCO data. The eruption seemed to be contained in the northern hemisphere. So, hey, when the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people kind of lose their minds. So, let's take the weird weather watch up a notch, although it was already at maximum levels. But yeah, Delta's current track takes it over the corridor of warmest water left in the Gulf of Mexico. Any deviations in track to the east, especially closer to landfall, would cut down on the amount of oceanic heat available for the storm, and vice versa. All right, so I will be keeping you guys informed, and I'll be ending this with a semi-humorous story, because nobody died, I think. All right, so Bunky Perkins' wife had some friends that thought it'd be a good idea to go to Cancun ahead of a Category 4 hurricane. They got there and were immediately taken inland to a juvenile prison to stay for the week, and he can't help but laugh his ass off. I'm not laughing, but I'm just spreading this cautionary tale forward. And so here is the inland actual prison yard that they're staying at. And here is their all-inclusive meal that is very Fire Festival. And I've recommended you guys watch. There are 2 different Fire Festival documentaries. It is definitely a analogy, metaphor for 2020. But so yeah, please be smart and stay out of harm's way if you can. But hey, Jack Sillen's talking about uncertainty regarding Delta's track through the Gulf as the storm turns north on Friday. Ensemble spread becomes mostly a long track. The cross-track implication is that a slower delta approaches the coast alongside a much weaker upper-level trough, so tracks more north than northeast. So, all I'm saying is let's try not to get surprised by October surprises we might see coming. And so, just as some of the wind shear surprised everybody that knocked down Delta, don't be surprised if its track changes 20 hours before landfall, 10 hours before landfall. And so everybody from Houston to New Orleans, I would definitely be tracking and watching this thing like a hawk. Okay? All right, everybody stay cool. I'll try and cheer up. We'll see, though. Okay? I mean, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just kind of grumpy. Not grumpy, but just, what's the word for it? I don't even know. All right, combat mode, I guess. All right, let's go. God bless everyone.